Welcome, Libby here. I'm glad you're joining me for today's Pilates class. We are doing a beginner class today, 20 minutes in length. You might be a beginner or you might be familiar with the Pilates routine and you just want a nice quick workout. So I'm glad you've joined, and let's just get started with our breathing. Breathing in through your nose, breathing out through pursed lips. As you breathe in, feel that breath go east and west into your rib cage. As you breathe out, feel your rib cage draw down and in. One more nice full breath, allowing that breath to go nice and deep. And relax. Okay, let's get our spine moving. So as you breathe in, lift your chest. Let your shoulders drop down away from your ears. As you breathe out, round your back and stretch your spine. Again, inhale. From your tail to your head, you're lifting, you're lengthening. As you breathe out, you're dropping your chin, you're hollowing out, you're rounding your back like a cat stretch. One more like that. Inhaling, lengthening up through the top of your head. Exhaling, rounding and flexing. And then stack back up. Great. We're going to do a little rotation. So let's take one hand to the opposite knee and then just gently rotate in that direction. Rotate as far as you can, and then maybe even just bring yourself a little further. Come back to center and take it to the other direction. Rotating back to center. Let's do that again. Rotate, chest, collarbone is nice and open. Return to center. Rotate the other way, but always remembering to stay nice and tall through the top of your head. Return to center. Excellent. Float your right arm to the ceiling and we'll bend to our left side. Sweep arm back up. Take your left arm up and sweep over. Nice side bend. One more in each direction. Just opening up through your spine. And then back to center. Excellent. From there, we are going to do some bend and stretch with the arms. So what I want you to do is reach your arms forward, bend your elbows back, draw your shoulders down and back, and then exhale, reach and let your fingers reach forward. Inhale, elbows draw back, open through your chest. As you breathe out, you reach your arms. So we're continuing to get the spine warming up. Nice mobility through the spine. Last two. Lift the chest. Last one, reach and stretch. And draw those elbows back. Straighten the arms out to the side, arm hugs. Just sweep your arm open and hug. Warm up through your upper body. Reach, open, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, sweep. One more time, each way. Last one. And relax. And then let's finish with rolling your shoulders up, down, and back. Up, back, and down. That's it. Just invite some nice shoulder rolls. So now our upper body is warmed up and relax. Okay, so now we're going to take it to the mat. So we're going to come onto our back and we're going to do something I'm going to call the hundreds start. So not the full exercise, but just a beginner movement, okay? So what I want you to think about as we get started here is the points of your spine that are touching your mat. Your tailbone is nice and heavy, but you have a little space under your low back. Your shoulder blades are resting down, and the back of your head is resting down, okay? What we're gonna do is take the hands behind the head, so our head is supported with our arms, but we're not pulling with our arms, the head is nice and relaxed. On an exhale, you're going to drop your chin and your eye gaze and bring your upper body off the mat. Inhale, rest back down. So it's an exhale, nod your chin, drop your chin down and flex up. Inhale, relax back down. It's an exhale to come up and an inhale to return. You want to think that your rib cage is bringing your upper body off that mat rather than using your arm strength to lift your head off the mat. It's your abdominals that are working here. Last three, and back down, and two, Nice work. Last one. Exhale up and back down. Okay, rest your arms down by your side. Now we're going to add a little bit of lower body movement. Let's bring our one finger to our hip bone. Make sure your hips are nice and steady. Inhale just to stay. Exhale, float one leg off the mat. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, float the other leg. Inhale, back down. Keep alternating, floating one foot off and down. And what we're trying to do is have very little movement through our core. That is staying nice and stable as you lift those legs. Last two and down. Last set and down. One more time through and down. Okay, hands behind the head. Let's put that together. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, nod your chin, nod your head, flex up. Inhale, stay. Exhale, float one leg up. Inhale, down. Exhale, the other leg up and down. Once again, you're trying to have very little movement through your hips. As you lift and lower, the leg stays at a 90-degree bend in the hip and the knee. Exhale up. Inhale down. One more set. Last one. And set that foot down. Rest the upper body down. Rest your arms down by your side. We're going to do a bridge. So take a nice deep breath. Fill up those ribs nice and low. Exhale. Lift your hips off the mat. And then inhale. Set the hips back down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Three more. Just a little recovery bridge. Exhale up. Inhale down. Two more. Engage your glutes and your hamstrings. Last one. And back down. Okay, let's float one leg to a 90-degree bend, hands behind that leg, and roll yourself up. Okay, from here, what we're going to do is the half roll back, okay? So for this exercise, you want to sit towards the front of your mat. Your feet are about hip distance. You're sitting up nice and tall. Arms are reaching forward. As you breathe out, you're going to come halfway down to your mat. So you're rolling back, and then you're bringing yourself forward. Again, as you roll back, you want to exhale. As you bring yourself forward, see if you can keep that shape and come forward on an inhale. So exhale back, inhale forward, half roll back. Exhale, roll back, shoulders away from ears. Inhale, roll forward. We're rolling our hips away from our legs. So your hips are rolling back and you're flexed in your low back. There's a little bit of lumbar flexion. Last two. Last one. And come on back up. And sit up nice and tall. Okay, next time we'll add in the roll up, but this is the first part to that full exercise. Let's cross our legs, sitting forward again. And earlier we did with a rotation with our hands to opposite knee. Now we're going to do a position where you take one hand on top of the other, one forearm on top of the other. You're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to add pulses to our twist. So going to your right, 3 times you rotate. And then come back to center. Rotate the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, back to center. Keep going here. Exhale, 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 inhale, center. Again, rotate. Feel like you're growing tall as you rotate. Inhale, center. Exhale, lengthen. Up, up, and center. Rotate, 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 and center. Last one. And center, and relax the arms. Okay. We are going to do rolling like a ball. If you've never done this exercise, sometimes it can be fun. But you want to make sure you have a nice thick mat. If you are using a yoga mat, and you don't have a lot of cushioning underneath your floor, you might add a second mat. So rolling like a ball. We're gonna roll back, just like we did in that half roll back, lumbar flexion, low back flexion. Now we're gonna take our feet off the floor. For the beginner rolling like a ball, as you exhale, just roll back ever so slightly and then forward. Again, exhale with control, roll back and forward. I actually find this exercise more challenging than the rolling like a ball. So we'll just do one more little mini roll and come back. Now we'll go into the full exercise. Okay, it's an inhale to take it back and an exhale to bring it forward. Nice stretch for our back. Roll back and forward. You want to feel like you're in a ball shape. You're keeping that rounded shape the entire time as you roll back and forward. Last 3 and 2. One more time and roll forward and put the feet down. You've got it. Coming back onto your back, we're going to do 2 abdominal exercises, single leg stretch, and then an exercise called obliques. So let's come onto our back, take our legs to tabletop, hands come on the outside of the knees. On an exhale, like we did earlier, nod the head, bring your upper body off the floor. You can always put your hands behind your head for a little more support. On an exhale, reach your right leg long and take your hands to your left knee. Right hand on the inside, left hand on the outside towards the ankle. Come back to center and then switch. Come back to center and switch. Inhale, center, exhale, reach. Inhale, center, exhale, lengthen. Inhale, exhale. So we're alternating each leg. Again, the inside hand comes to the knee, outside hand to the ankle. One more set. One more time with the right leg. One more time with the left leg. Hands to the outside of the knees. Rest back down. Arms long. Let's do a little bridge recovery. Exhale up. Inhale down. 2 more. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. One more time. Exhale, lift the hips and lower the hips. Okay, obliques. You might remember this as good old-fashioned bicycle. Take your hands to your tabletop position. This time we are going to take the hands behind the head and flex up. Actually, let's bring our feet down. We're going to do beginner version, so our feet are going to stay on the mat. Exhale, flex your upper body off the mat, and then you're going to rotate to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate the other direction. Inhale, center. And center. You want to keep your elbows nice and wide, and you are thinking about bringing opposite shoulder to opposite hip. Exhale to twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, center. One more time. You can speed it up or you can keep it nice and controlled. And back to center and relax. Okay, last set of bridge. We're going to exhale, lift the hips off the floor. Inhale, set back down. Really press into your heels and feel like your knees are straightening away from you. One more time. Lift into your shoulder bridge. Lower the hips back down. Take one leg to tabletop and rock yourself up. And we're going to finish our workout on our stomach doing just a few back exercises. And if you have a water sitting around, let's get a quick drink. So let's come onto our stomach. First exercise is called breaststroke. Your arms are resting down by the side of your mat. Your nose is just above the mat. We're going to use an inhale to lift our back off the mat and an exhale to lower back down. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to lower back down. What I want you to think about is using your back muscles, not pushing with your hands, but using your back to pull up. And exhale down. Last two. One more time. Inhale to lengthen, crown of your head is reaching away from your toes, and then lower back down. Now let's put our hands under the forehead. So your forehead's resting on the hands, and the hands are going to stay attached. On your inhale, lift. On your exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Floating the arms and the upper body off. 2 more. 1 last one. And lifting on an inhale. Exhale, lowering back down. Excellent. So we just worked our back. So now what we're going to do is press back into a shell stretch. So you're just going to round your back. Very similar to child's pose. But you want to feel like your back is nice and rounded. Let's do one more exercise. So we're going to do a version of swimming. In Pilates we call it swimming. If in fitness it's called bird dog and spinal balance. So there's lots of names for this exercise. But let's float our right leg out behind us. Take your left arm and you're going to float arm and leg up and lower back down. And then alternate. Left leg, right arm, lengthen, and back down. Exhale up, inhale down. We want to imagine that our hips are staying nice and quiet and still as we use all our deep back muscle, our entire posterior chain to lift and lower. We'll do one more set to finish. And rest back down. Okay, how about one last time? Just press back into a very short, gentle shell stretch and roll yourself back up. Okay, let's finish with that spine movements that we began our practice with. So sitting up nice and tall, let's take the right arm up towards the ceiling and side bend to the left. And then the left arm up to the ceiling and side bend to the right. Excellent. Little rotation. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Rotate, looking in that direction. Come back to center and rotate in the opposite direction. And then for our spine flexion and extension, let's reach the arms straight up and overhead. And then use an inhale to press your arms back behind you, open through your chest. Exhale, straight, nice neutral straight back. Inhale, press your hands behind you, lift your chest forward. 2 more like that. Exhaling straight up, inhaling, pressing back. One last one. We're going to call this seated breaststroke. Lift the chest, press the arms back, and relax. Well, I am so glad you joined me today for this short 20-minute workout, and I hope to see you very soon in our next workout.